Hey review family, keep it tight. My name is Jay Morse, review guy, and I'm back again to bring you another video, and in this one I'm going to be covering the new X-Ambassadors record entitled Orion. So X-Ambassadors, the alternative rock, just rock, indie rock band formed in 2009. This is the follow-up to their album that they released back in 2015 entitled VHS, which generated some of their most biggest singles to date, tracks like Unsteady and Renegades and Jungle. Whereas VHS was 47 minutes, this album's only 35 minutes, so I was kind of curious to see what they were going to do with time. I'll put it aside and say that I have not really been impressed by any of their material up until this point. I've always thought they were very uninspired and very drab, and I feel like that kind of carries over here, unfortunately. This album is super desaturated, it is super derivative, and it's very boring, and it's full of so many tropes. The best way I can explain it is think of the faux poeticism broodiness of an Incubus, and put that with the kind of trying to be groovy and trying to be bassy elements of a Red Hot Chili Peppers cover band, put that with the overmodulation and over-equalization of a mainstream pop rock band or just a contemporary pop band in general, with the need to have boring verses going to soaring choruses, kind of like an Imagine Dragons. Roll that up in just a bacon-wrapped meatball and throw it at the wall and see if it sticks, and that's what you get with this record. The production not only leaves so much to be desired, but it's just so devoid of anything. It's so lifeless, it's so overdone, and the vocals are way too prominent in this mix for their own good. Like I said, they have the Imagine Dragons syndrome on this record, where they have to have these low-key, vibey verses just going to these soaring choruses that a lot of times don't even make up for how bad the verses are. At least sometimes one thing you can say about Imagine Dragons is occasionally they'll have a decent chorus that pops a little bit. None of these tracks have stuck with me from a chorus standpoint. And not to mention, these choruses a lot of times can feel underwritten as well as underperformed, such as like on the first track you got Hey Child, and the choruses with these chopped up guitars that are on the track, as well as these pianos that have this build up that feels like they're trying to be like Avicii, like Wake Me Up or Hey Brother or something like that, but only without the emotional resonance or without any flavor or spice, combined with an underwritten chorus on the track, as well as just this underperformed, uninspired vocal performance on this track. I can't get behind it, and it's the same with the fourth track, Boom, where how did this get past the executives? Like, how did no one say anything about this drab chorus? Sorry if you hear rain, it's raining right now, but it's just perfect atmosphere for talking about this record, because it's just a trope-filled cliche mess with all of the bad tropes of modern contemporary pop rock, and it makes a lot of sense why the genre is for the most part in the tubes right now in the mainstream. Don't waste your time with this record. It's just complete with these uninspired, chopped up guitars, this uninspired vocal performance, lyrics that are so underwritten that they genuinely make me cringe of how bass level they are a lot of times, choruses that do not hit or pop once, and bridges that usually swell up and go into those boring choruses. That's something about the track Boom that I forgot to mention, where the bridge, it just gets you hyped. It makes it seem like something's about to happen, like it's going to swelter and do something, but then it just goes absolutely nowhere, and it goes down for some reason. If you're that interested in like alternative rock and indie rock, you can check this record out, but I don't think there's really much here to talk about. I think it's just very base level. I think it's very uninspired for the genre. I think that there's not much here that is interesting. I don't think there's much here that's experimental or done in a way that's going to set this record apart from all of the other indie rock releases or pop rock releases that fall under this category. I think that these tracks are very underwritten. I think they're underperformed, and I think the mixing that backs them just sucks. I'm going to be giving this album a 3 out of 10, and that is a wrap. Please stay for the end screen. I'll link some videos that you might be interested in. Have you heard this new X-Ambassadors record, Orion? If you have, you can let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to discuss the album with you if you have a different opinion. Subscribe here if you're new, and like this video if you enjoyed it. Smash that notification bell to be notified of my future uploads, and I'll talk to you next time. But until then, my name is Jay Morse, Review Guy, and I'm signing off saying farewell.